Today we're flipping through Pluto's #1 alarm in the night, a rare and controversial 1949 Italian vigilante comic created by Gianluigi Bonelli, the mastermind behind Tex Willer. This series caused a stir when it debuted. To see why, we start with page 1, the striking cover. Pluto stands confidently in his skin-tight costume, twin gas pistols raised, cloak billowing behind him. It's pure pulp energy from the very first panel. On page 2, the story begins. A mysterious figure leaps across New York's rooftops. Pluto's already stalking a group of gangsters. Relaxing inside a lavish lounge, page 3, Pluto's crashes through the window, catching the crooks off guard. Before they can react, he blasts them with knockout gas, dropping them instantly. Page 4 shows more mobsters nearby, trying to lock the doors and count their dirty money, unaware that Pluto's is already closing in on them. By page 5, he finds 2 gangsters already asleep from his previous gas attack. The comic leans into noir-style shadows and dramatic tension. On page 6, Pluto's confronts the remaining men, holding them at gunpoint with his signature gas pistols. They're confused, terrified, and completely unprepared. Page 7, he orders them to face the wall, then quickly disarms them, every weapon hitting the floor in a single panel. Classic Golden Age vigilante justice. Page 8, he releases another jet of gas. It's knocking out half the room with a smug, almost playful expression. Pluto's does not mess around. Page 9 ramps up the action as the remaining gangsters rush him. Pluto's launches forward in a dynamic, athletic counterattack, drawn with bold noir lines. On page 10, he easily wins. He mocks the last conscious gangster and knocks him out cold. Pluto's makes it clear he never finishes a job poorly. Page 11 shows him robbing the Tilias. The vigilante steals the criminal's money, strapping the cash to his belt. Before leaving, he writes a sarcastic message on the wall, in memory of July 17th. Thanks, Pluto's. Page 12. He leaps back into the night and lands near a waiting car driven by his partner, Lula. Page 13 reveals their dynamic. Lula asks if he killed anyone. Pluto's laughs the idea off. Not yet time to kill, he says. This moral ambiguity is one reason the comic drew censorship. On page 14, Pluto's climbs onto the roof of the car in Brooklyn and announces to the surrounding poor, "Don't be afraid. It's Pluto's night tonight." Page 15. In one of the most controversial sequences, Pluto's begins handing out stolen money to the poor. Crowds surge around him, shouting, celebrating, praising him. Page 16 shifts to the police station, where officers react in shock, one declaring, "It's the end of the world." They race toward the chaotic scene. Page 17 shows police mobilizing in cars and on motorcycles, determined to stop the masked vigilante who's distributing stolen cash across Brooklyn. And finally, page 18 ends the issue with a bold, full-color Pluto's pin-up, stylish, mysterious, and unapologetically dramatic. That was Pluto's #1 alarm in the night, a fascinating early vigilante comic that challenged norms, embraced moral gray areas, and ultimately fell to censorship pressure.